Hey there, Becca. How's it going? My name is Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things you can do today to help bring in more pet owners to your business. Oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local business owners are way too busy running their business to learn how the internet can benefit them and their company. And sometimes the only hesitation they have to hiring someone is they don't know who they can trust. I have found by giving people an easy free attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their business has resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and asking me to help them grow. So by the end of this video, you've liked what you heard, and you can see that I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business. Just shoot me your message back and we can chat. So now let me show you 3 things that will set your company above your competition, which are content, citations, and backlinks. Content. Most business owners know that they need content, but they don't know that, studies have shown that Google wants for there to be at least 1,500 words on the home page. Not only that, the content needs to have the right keywords. Google does this because it gets them to know what your business is and its purpose. Right now, your site is sitting at 22 words at the moment, and I went ahead and I also brought up your top competitor in Charlottesville, and they are sitting at 673. The only reason why it looks slightly different is because your link wasn't going into here. It wasn't working in here, and I'll explain a little bit of why that might be the case in here. So theirs came up and yours didn't, so I just copied and pasted the link. So in terms of content, everything that you see highlighted, including this photo, this is considered content and what Google scans when they go through your site. So even photos, you want to make sure that they're saved onto your site. Okay, this is good. You want to make sure they're saved onto your site with keywords, so that's actually pretty good. And so a part of this content, I mentioned keywords. A keyword, in case you're not the most familiar with it, is words that people search up each month to help resolve, issues, concerns, questions that they're going through. And you guys miss out on these pet owners by not having these keywords on your website. And to give you a better idea of this, so this over here is SEMrush. This is a tool that essentially gives me the behind the scenes details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. I ran a quick scan of you and your competitor, and one of the reasons was to take a quick look at your keywords, yours and theirs. And right now you guys are ranking for 42 keywords at the moment. And Pantops, Charlottesville. This one's okay. So these top 4 right here aren't the most optimized for people who are looking for you, because you don't want people to just be finding you because of your name, right? You think of the people who don't know your name, so you want to have different types of keywords on your site. Okay, so that's kind of how this works. And so just to give you kind of a different, to look at it from a different view, I also have your competitor right here, and they are ranking for over 2,000 keywords at the moment. Let's see, hospital. Okay, so some of these, they are also ranking for their name as well, but there are like a couple other reasons to rank a website outside of keywords. So what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to take a keyword just to give you an example of what I mean, and I'm going to place it into Google. So veterinarian Charlottesville VA is an example, and then I'm going to take you through the whole page, going over this, which is the second important thing, to Google, and that's citations. And you're probably wondering, well, what's a citation and why does it matter? I haven't heard of a citation since high school, and I don't want to go back to that. Well, that's actually a good question. So this right here is actually called a map pack, aka Google Maps section, and this actually has your business's name, address, and phone number. This is how Google verifies and gives relevance to your local business. And you might be wondering, how do I show up in maps? So right now you're not in the top 3. And in order to get there, you want to put your citations on like directories like Yellow Pages, BBB, Facebook, Yelp, and hundreds of other. And to kind of give you an idea, I also have a picture to illustrate what I mean. So you want to have your name, address, and phone number, and you want to distribute this across hundreds of directories. And the goal here is that you want to get more than your competitor, because this allows you to gain more trust in them from Google, and it pushes you above the map rank. And you might be, wondering like, oh, that's not great and all, but how in the world do I do that? And it's actually pretty simple. There are tools out there that actually will tell you exactly what directories your competition is listed on. And then we literally go down their list and match those directories. But we don't just want to stop there, because we don't just want to match them. We want to dominate them online. So whatever your competitor has in citations, we want to get them. We want to get all of them and then add 50 to 100 more, so that it takes them a long time to catch up, right? So this right here, the top 3, is where you want to be, because this is where people click. They don't click on more businesses, so this is where the action is, right? And then the last portion of this video I want to talk about are backlinks or link juice. And this third pillar will really help you to dominate on Google. So when we search up this special keyword, you guys, I'm pretty sure you're aware, aren't on the first page of Google, and the top 3 is where you want to be, because again, that's where the action is. We humans, we want things like, we want things right now. We want things, we don't have really a lot of patience. So the first things we see is what we click, and one of these 3 is typically what people do. They don't scroll to the bottom or to the next page, right? So in order to actually get up to this area, you need authority, so, well, how do I get authority? And it comes back down to backlinks. And a backlink is when one website links to another website online. It works like this. So if site A links to site B, then site A is giving site B some of its link juice. It's kind of like a vote of confidence, and in Google's eyes, this is passing authority. And the more relevant the site, the more valuable the link. So for example, if you get a local blog, talking about dog care, then that's great. But, being in the animal care field, you don't want to get a backlink from something like a Pizza Hut, right? You guys don't sell pepperoni last time I checked, right? So going back over here to SEMrush, right? This is a site that can be used to take a look at backlinks, just to get an idea of what your backlinks are. You guys are sitting at 306 at the moment. It's not bad, but it's not really dominating at the moment. So let's take a look at your competitor, right? And they're sitting at 342 backlinks at the moment, right? And how we will go and get these is with tools, like SEMrush. We can see exactly which sites are linking to your competitor, and we can go get those same links for your business, So once again, in closing, we went over content. Your front page needs at least 1,500 words. Citations, you want to have 200 to 300 of these to beat out the competition by a landslide. And link juice, you need more relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google you are the authority. And if you implement these strategies today, you can be #1 across Google. So I bet you're wondering, what now? Well, you can either go with this information I provided you today and do this on your own, and I'm cool with that. However, if you want the most effective route and want to save yourself the time, you can give me a call or text at 218-517-5513. I look forward to hearing from you. Have an awesome day. Bye. I'm sorry, Becca. There was one thing I forgot to mention in the video about your website, but this is, I don't know if you're aware, but your site is not secure at the moment. That means that it doesn't have an SSL attached to it. I'd recommend reaching out to the person who made the website to you so that they can get this situated, because without this being secure, Google won't really trust your website. So you want to get this situated. If you're not really sure how, you can reach out to me to give you instructions on how to do that, okay? If you're not familiar with how to do that. All right? Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.